Stephen was at the peak of his powers in the underworld when he gave it all up in the 90s. The death of his blood brother and partner in crime, Andrew John, had a dramatic impact on his life.
And actually believed that it was the end of the world.
He moved out of Toxteth and now lives across the river in leafy suburbia, where he runs a successful property portfolio and debt recovery business. I wanted to get to the bottom of why Stephen had been shot at recently, so he invited me to his house to show me around. He's survived 7 assassination attempts, so it's no surprise that Stephen is security conscious. He'll protect his family at all costs.
The gangsters today don't discern between you, your family or your associates. If they can get at you by killing your daughter or kidnapping your daughter, they will do.
I was about to discover that Stephen had an Achilles heel that was a lot closer to home.
This is my family war.
And the problem didn't come from outside. It come from his own flesh and blood.
Stephen Jr. was involved in gangs. He was starting to get into the criminal lifestyle.
There was nothing Stephen could do to prevent his son from sinking deeper into crime.
He blames himself to a degree that Stephen Jr. is behaving like he is because he's trying to live up to his dad's reputation and stuff.
And Stephen's worst nightmare came true when his son was shot.
When I seen my own son's blood being collected in a container, the big, bad, wicked devil Frenchman blubbered like a baby. The tears were uncontrollable. My Stephen said to me, Dad, don't cry, I'm okay, I'm fine. Because he resented the fact that I was broken. Every ounce of my fiber, every ounce of my warrior being called out to attack and wreak havoc. That's what my heart told me. The demon that I can summon on in an instant was rattling the cage, man, rattling the cage. And I had to control that demon. I had to control that demon.
Since the shooting, Stephen Jr. has left Liverpool to successfully rebuild his life, but his dad is still dealing with the fallout. Stephen's enemies have gone to great lengths to assassinate his character, even tagging the walls with graffiti, accusing him of being a police informer.
Being called the grass is like someone calling you a paedophile, and then once that label's put on you, you're fair game to be shot.
This home footage shows just what he thinks of the person responsible.
A little skulking little bitch that runs around in the evening painting shit on the wall about a man that he's so jealous of, so envious of. The greenness is oozing out here.
I challenge any journalist in the country to find or dig out the statements where somebody's received a custodial sentence from something that I did, because I've never police informed on anybody.
The bitterness against Stephen and his family runs deep with the new generation in Toxteth. I wanted to track down who these kids were that now control the streets and find out for myself what they think of Stephen. A gang of them agreed to speak, provided their identities were hidden.
I heard he come here the other week, right there where we're standing now. And he got shot at and so you tell me if he come through here again, I don't know what would happen. He might have been feared back in the day, but obviously it's 2008 and things have changed and he's not feared no more. Stephen French is a grass. He's a pussy.
These kids were hiding behind their masks, but Stephen still has to take their threat seriously.
I sleep on the couch and my wife and daughter sleep upstairs because my address is no secret. And if people choose to come to my house, choose to break into my house and then attempt to murder me, they'll find me downstairs. But the people that come for me, they're not gonna come with Ludo and Tiddlywinks, yeah? 38, 45 pump-popping shotguns is what's gonna be the recipe for me. In the face of that, I stay here. In the face of that, as a black Englishman, I'm entitled to defend my castle. And this is a phrase I use for only trusted family and friends. This is one hard nigger to kill. This is one hard nigger to kill.
Even though Stephen forgives those people who want to kill him, he still has to control his natural instinct to fight back.
So, I mean, how hard has it been to sort of turn your back on that world, you know? And
Well, the transition has been very, very difficult. At times, the desire to say, fuck this, let's do it again then, right? Because some of the people, like, that are coming at me now, right? They're like Jack Russells snapping at the heels of a Rottweiler. Do you get me? That if I wanted to, I could shake them.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, I could turn their lives upside down. If I wanted to, I could make them have nightmares about me. I could make them see me in a dream, because the fire, the will to crush your enemies is still there. But I'm a different person. I have to lead by example. I don't want to be murdered. I don't want to die a violent death. But if that's my lot, so be it. You understand? Because someone has to take a stand, someone has to stand up, and we have to start somewhere to start to readjust the balance of what's going on.
Stephen French helped break the stranglehold of racism in the 80s with his bare fists and should be a hero in the community. Instead, because of his anti-gun campaign, he's hated by a new generation of gangsters.
He's put his life on the line for something that he believes in, and there's no greater honour than that.
You cannot stop him in any of the conventional terms.
I know in my heart, in my mind, and in my soul, in my kukuru, my inner heart, what type of man I am. I choose to stay here and campaign against guns and do what I'm doing, because I'm giving something back.
In today's gang wars, the rules of engagement have changed radically since Stephen's day. I've learnt that teenage gangs fear no one, and they'll shoot you to prove it. Stephen is nearly 50 years old, but he's lost none of his will to fight. He's going to the ultimate lengths to battle gun crime by putting his own life on the line. I'm just glad I met Stephen now, and not in his day, when he was one of Britain's deadliest men.
Danny Dyer's back next Monday at 10 in another new episode of Deadliest Men. After the ads, though, it's Star Trek: Deep Space Nine.